This is Lifesteal.net, a public server where when you kill a player, you gain a permanent heart, and because the server is public, anyone could join. It could be a PvP god, a master restaurant engineer, or an absolute noob that just joined the server. Yeah. However, within this video, I intend to go from a total noob to becoming a natural on Lifesteal by getting stacked, making a base, and getting my first heart by killing a player. However, as Rome wasn't built in a day, I had to start from the basics, such as getting some wood, stone, and iron.
Oh, I just found a cave. Oh, it's a baby zombie! It's a baby zombie! Yo! Chill! Why do they make these things so strong? Oh, wait, oh.
Okay, so I may not be the most skilled at the game, but after regrinding some gear, I was met with the same problem.
Not again! Why? Alright, well, I can just like wait here. And yes, alright. A child just died and wait. That was... Okay, so yeah.
So after dealing with that minor inconvenience, I began gathering the basic materials such as seeds, wood, dirt, and sugarcane. Around this time, I also began formulating a plan on how to make a base that got me stacked up. You see, on the server, there's a system of currency centered around coins, and with coins, you could purchase things like diamond gear, crops, and many more things. And the one crop that was most efficient to get, grew the fastest, and sold for relatively high was sugarcane. So after spending the base 500 coins I got from the start on 25 sugarcane, I began building a massive sugarcane farm. After I was finished with expanding the base and getting pretty rich in the process, my base was broken and entered into, but as the intruder hadn't touched much, I went back to grinding sugarcane, until it was broken into the second time. And this time, they stole all of my sugarcane. And after discovering a hole leading directly to the surface, I knew I had to leave. So after buying and enchanting some diamond armor, I was ready to move out the base and get some kills. So, the way you look for kills on a server that is 90% uninhabited is simple. You go to POIs. What's that, you may say? Well, a POI stands for Points of Interest, which basically are structures with a lot of OP loot, such as diamonds, enchanted books, and golden apples. So why didn't you go to a POI to loot up instead of building your base? Well, Jerry, these places were hotspots for players, meaning if I went to a POI on the first day without armor, I would be killed. But now that I had acquired some decent armor, I could go to the POI and hopefully hunt down some naked players stranded there. However, when I got to the Lost Pyramid, a player immediately ran out of it with full diamond armor and a flame bow. So naturally, I decided to start running, and he started chasing, so mid-chase I logged out, thinking I was safe as technically I hadn't triggered the combat log plugin that prevented me from logging out in combat. However, when I returned, I had died and was sent back to spawn. I had not only humiliated myself in front of all of you guys watching, which side note, if you're still watching this video, why don't you consider subscribing, but I didn't even get a single kill or any OP loot. In fact, I lost 2 god apples gained for the playtime reward system. The more I look back on this incident, the more I wished I just turned around and fought to at least give myself a chance, but life keeps moving. So I got back out there, made a new base, got new armor, and set out for a new POI. And even though I've died, I promised myself that I would become strong on the server one day.
Okay, so on some recent news about like me and the channel. Okay, so I've joined this SMP called the Immortal SMP, as well as I've been beginning to write my own sort of scripted SMP. So that's kind of like what's the future of this channel. Like, just want to keep you not in the dark on that, right? Alright, okay, see ya.